Hello everyone and welcome back to another Unreal Engine tutorial. In this set of tutorials, I will teach you how to optimize your line trace blueprints without using the event tick or casting nodes, while still being able to look for actors in the world at all times. In the first part of the video, I will show you how to look around for objects, and when you find an object, you can press E to interact with that object, or any key you want. So in this case, I have just destroyed the door. Instead of a line trace, we're going to use a capsule collision, as you can see. So this capsule collision is going to play the role of a line trace. With the method I'm going to teach you in these videos, it will significantly improve the performance of your game. Okay, let's get started. Let's open up our first person character. So go to content, first person, blueprints, and open the character. So let's go to the viewport. So we need to add a capsule trigger or capsule collision. So type capsule and name it interaction underscore trigger. Now let's pull a bit outside of the character capsule. And now for the sake of debugging, let's make it visible in the game. So type hidden. So now when you play the game, you can see the capsule. As you can see, the capsule is here. But the problem is, if you look up, it's going to stay here. So you want every time when you look up, down, or wherever, this capsule to follow, just like a line trace. Now let's do that. So the easy fix is simply to click and drag onto the player's camera. So that way, anywhere our camera is looking, the capsule will follow. Let's test it out. And it's working. Okay, back to the character. Now select the capsule. Now let's go to the perspective mode. You can choose left or right. So I want to place this exactly in the middle. Somewhere roughly in the eyes of the character or the camera. Maybe here something like -20. Now very important part for optimization. If you want to rescale this capsule, don't use the scale tool. Okay, I have a whole tutorial for that. So instead of using this scale, you have to use the shape tool. See, this one over here. So we want this capsule to be very long to serve us as a line trace. Now let's rotate it. And now we can use the capsule half height to make it like this. Let's go on the top to see. Let's make it smaller like this. So I think 15 is going to be good. And the length is going to be up to you. You can choose how far you want to line trace objects. I will go with 500. To make sure it's not overlapping with the character capsule, just to prevent bugs, make sure it's slightly outside the character capsule. Something like this. Now let's go again to the side mode. Now let's test it out. And this is how you're going to line trace. If you have a door here, you can look and perform some action. Now let's go back to the perspective, and we are done with setting up the capsule. Now, second part for optimization. Select the trigger and type on the top right corner collision. So we don't want to overlap every single thing in our level. So this is the way how we are optimizing it. Go to custom collision presets. Now click ignore all. And we're going to overlap only static objects, dynamic, pawn, and physics body. So that way you're not straining your computer. We're going to look only for these objects. And we're going to ignore the rest. But of course, by all means, if you need to overlap vehicles and other stuff, feel free to overlap them here. So here it's very important to be collision enabled. we're done with the collision, so compile and save. Next, we need to create blueprint interface. So open the content drawer. I have created one before, so let's create another one. Blueprint interface. And name it something like interaction interface or interact interface. I'm going to name it interaction underscore interface 2. Open it up. Now here we are going to create only two functions. So we have already one function, let's rename it, and type actor interact. And another function, actor not interact. Or actor stop interact, it's up to you. So let's go compile and save. Now let's go back to the player character. In the event graph, now select the trigger that we want to perform overlap events. So we need begin overlap, and we need end overlap. So from the other actor, drag a pin and type has tag. So actor has tag. So you can put here something descriptive that you're going to remember. We can simply put actor interact. So let's call a branch. And now when you are going to go in the level, when the trigger finds this actor, we're going to perform some action. If you don't find anything, nothing's going to happen. So create a variable and let's set it to true. And now the actor we have overlapped and that has this tag. We're going to call that message from the blueprint interface we have just created. So that way we are telling the system, okay, we can send this message. So from this other actor, type actor interact. So you see now we have these two events. I'll just double click to make a reroute nodes. And let's simply call print string to make sure this is working. And here type can interact. Now we have to do the same thing for the end overlap. But this time we have to call the other event, which is actor not interact. We can simply get these three, Control D to duplicate. So from the other actor, we are finding these tagged actors. And we're calling the other function. So actor not interact. Make sure this is false, because now we are not interacting. Reload nodes. And here we're going to type actor not interact. So this is that visually we can see that this is working or not. So compile and save. Now we are done with the setup of the trigger of our line trace. Now let's open up the content drawer and let's create the actor. So I have already done these doors. I'm going to create another one. So go blueprint class, actor, destroy door 2. So double click. Now let's create the door. Let's add static mesh and type door frame underscore SM. So in the static mesh, type door frame. So this comes with the default assets. And we can assign this as a root. So click and drag onto the scene root. Now let's add the door. So go add static mesh and type door underscore SM. And here just type door. And here it is. Now let's position this door in the middle of the frame. Go to perspective and front. Let's make this lit. So 45 units on the Y here. So let's go to the perspective and to make sure this is all good. Now, if you remember, we are doing the line trace with actor has tag. So in the first person character, when this trigger overlaps something that has a tag of actor interact, we can call this message, right? So in this destroy door, select the first here and type tag. Now you have to add the same tag name. Just to make sure, you have to copy and paste exactly the same. So Ctrl C or right click and copy. And we are putting the tag in this actor. Now in the event graph, we can delete this tree. Now go to class settings. Now we have to implement that interface. Now the interface is called interaction interface 2. So interaction interface 2. Now we have these two yellow events. Now if you double click on this actor interact or right click implement, it's the same. Now we can do some code here. Now because we wanted to destroy this door, select this door. So click and drag here. Drag a pin and type destroy component. Now let's see if it's working. So destroy door 2. Now we're looking for that actor. And we can destroy the door. You see, even if I overlap other stuff, nothing happens. Because this trigger, this actual line trace, looks only for specific actors. Now when it finds this actor, boom. Now let's make it even better, the code. Now detach this. We have to implement the other interface, so not interact. So what we can do is right click and get player controller. So from here, enable input. So make sure controller goes with the controller. And we have disable input. So let's see what exactly is happening now. Again, when you are touching something with this trigger box, we are finding actors that have tag implemented. Since we have tagged only this door, nothing else can be triggered. Okay? And when we touch that actor, we are calling this code from begin overlap. And for end overlap, when we are not touching this actor anymore, we're calling actor not interact. Meaning, you can perform E key button or any button you want to press. When you are touching and we are not touching, we are disabling the input. So right click over here and type keyboard and select any of these. In the top right corner, click this keyboard and type E. And now we are able to use this code. So when input is enabled, this can fire. And if input is disabled, this won't fire. So basically you can press E only when this trigger is touching this actor. Now let's right click and print string. E key pressed. So we are sure this is working. Now let's check it out. Now we are finding actors, touching this door. It says can interact. Now I can press E. You see, both messages are triggering. Now the problem is if I press E again, I'm going to break the code. So if you see this error, I did it on purpose. It says pending kill or garbage. So basically what this means, we are pressing E, but there is nothing to destroy, and the engine is confused. So the best fix, put this on the side, you can right click on this component, convert to validated get, and if it's valid, if it's still in the game, then you can destroy it. If it's not valid, nothing's going to happen. Now let's try again. I'm pressing E again, nothing happens. When I exit the game, there is no more error. So another thing, let's put this back. So this is the same as if you do this. It's valid. But the better way is, of course, to have less nodes. So delete this, and right click, validated get, and now it's working perfectly fine. Okay everyone, this is going to be it for this video. In the next video, I will teach you how to optimize this even further. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.